So the Birds sit at 2-2 coming off the bye week as they head into what feels like a must-win game against the Browns. But are Eagle fans right in being frustrated that the team did not practice at all during their bye? Also, the Birds just got some incredible news about their top offensive weapons, which should make us all feel confident. And one Eagles potential trade target has officially put the rumors to bed. We'll talk about it all, but of course, welcome into A to Z Philly. I'm RB. Do me a favor, go down below this video and hit that red subscribe button if you do enjoy this content. Appreciate all of you helping us on our way to 6K subscribers. But I want to start it off with the NFC landscape. Obviously, the Eagles did not play this past weekend, and unfortunately, they did not gain any ground as the rest of the teams in the division did get a win. Somehow, the Giants end up beating the Seahawks. Unbelievable game for them. I can't believe they actually pulled it off. The Washington Commanders dominate again, and they look legit, ladies and gentlemen. And the Dallas Cowboys luck into a win. That's right, I said it. They luck into a win on Sunday night, despite $60 million Dak turning the ball over 3 times. They had a blocked field goal. Cowboys did not play good, but they go down on the final drive, and they score on 4th and goal to crush the Pittsburgh Steelers, who felt like they had the game in the bag. So this game is even more important now for the Philadelphia Eagles to try to maintain their ground. They have to beat the 1-4 Cleveland Browns. Okay, I'm just going to say it. The Browns stink. But all right, let's talk about the big news that just came out a few minutes ago. The Philadelphia Eagles are expected to have their top wide receivers back against the Browns. Team getting healthy, coming off the bye, and A.J. Brown and DeVonta Smith should be suiting up this weekend. Keep in mind, the one time we actually saw both of these players on the field together this season, the Eagles put up 30-plus points. They had a big win in a stadium they'd never played in. The offense actually looked competent. They really have not looked competent since that game, and I really believe it's because of A.J. Brown being the game changer he is. We can talk about Saquon. Yes, the Birds need to utilize the best running back right now in the NFL, but they need to use A.J. and DeVonta, let them carry this team, because right now this offense has been absolutely subpar. Yes, Jalen has to make the throws. Yes, he has to not turn the ball over, make good decisions. But these guys can completely change the offense if they do end up getting back to a 30-plus point game. I'm going to question, why have we not seen this the last couple of weeks? I know last week was pretty tough without both of them, but, even having a guy like DeVonta who seems like a wide receiver one at many times, should be enough to get this team over the hump. And hopefully Kellen Moore opens up the playbook. Hopefully this entire organization sat back, took a deep breath, and hit the refresh button and are ready to go. Because if not, this Eagles team might have one of the worst upsets ever if they can't pull it off against the lowly Browns. Speaking of which, the Cleveland Browns are an absolute embarrassment. It's crazy to say, but they should have kept Joe Flacco. I mean, he was better last year than Deshaun Watson. Flacco led them on a journey run, and right now they're feeling the effects of not having Joe Flacco, who almost won a big game yesterday for the Colts. But Deshaun Watson, as ESP says here, has been sacked 26 times in 5 games. Okay, he's getting hit left and right. And he says if this isn't a breakout game for the Eagles' edges, that game might never come. Ladies and gentlemen, Deshaun Watson was a really terrific player in the first couple years in the league with the Texans, but it's been a crazy story. There's a lot of off-the-field stuff. Whatever happened, we don't have the old Deshaun Watson anymore. That guy is gone. This Deshaun Watson is not mobile. He has pretty much no accuracy on his throws. He doesn't make good decisions with the football. It looks like a completely different person out there. And right now, he is probably the number one reason the Browns are not succeeding, right? They gave him, at the time, the biggest guaranteed contract ever, which was already questionable based on the other stuff, but he is just not getting it done. When I think about the Browns, yeah, they have a couple guys that are talented up front on the defensive line. They have a couple decent corners. Jim Schwartz is going to play the bend but don't break defense. But overall, it's not really the defense that is losing them these games. Like yesterday, they had absolutely no offensive firepower whatsoever, and they got blasted. And one thing that was really telling to me was at the end of the game when Deshaun Watson walked back to the bench, and he pretty much walked right past his coach, Kevin Stefanski, who was trying to actually talk to him, console him, whatever, and Watson pretty much ignored him. There is no connection there. The Browns are going to be one of the worst teams in the league. If the Eagles cannot get to Watson and sack him multiple times, there is an actual issue that cannot be fixed with this team. In addition, Underdog says that Deshaun Watson's 4.8 yards per attempt this season is the lowest in the NFL. And matter of fact, it's the lowest through 5 games in NFL history among quarterbacks with 170 plus attempts. So he can't throw the ball downfield. This guy is absolutely washed. The Cleveland Browns have potentially the worst contract in the league on their hands right now. And for all the obvious reasons, we know the Eagles need to win this game to stay up in the division, to give us confidence, to show us that, okay, they went back during the bye week, made some adjustments, and fixed some things. However, the fans are actually pretty pissed off right now because apparently they did not practice at all during their bye week. Now, from my understanding, I don't think NFL teams usually do practice, during their bye week, or at least a lot during their bye week. And I understand giving the guys some rest, right? This team's banged up, let them get healthy, but I think that these players should have at least been in there a couple times, right? Going over film and, just trying to work together to figure out a solution for how bad this team has looked. So I'm a little frustrated that they didn't practice at all, but I do hope that the coaches at least are going to plan to make some adjustments, maybe try some different things, maybe put some different guys in there. Whatever it is, these guys need to figure it out because now you're getting into week 5. Then, before you know it, it'll be week 8, week 9, week 12. You don't have a lot of time anymore to continue to prove yourself. I know people say, in the first couple weeks, you're learning your identity, this and that. We have seen now for 3 consecutive games what this Eagles team has done. And if they don't change anything up, this is who they're going to be the entire season. So I would almost go as far to say that Nick's job could be in jeopardy. If they were to get embarrassed by the lowly Cleveland Browns, I think there is going to be an absolute outrage and uproar in this fan base. And I mean, we look at the Philadelphia Eagles right now on the offensive side, getting AJ and DeVonta back is going to be huge. I mean, obviously those guys individually are just game changers, but as a whole cohesive unit, this team needs them. They need confidence. They need a playmaker like an AJ Brown who can go out there. I mean, if you look at his stats, actually, I mean, the guy still has the 3rd best stats on the entire team, and he's only played 1 game. 5 catches, 119 yards. You got DeVonta Smith, who missed last week. He's the 2nd best player on the team stat-wise. And, I mean, the only guy better is Dallas Goedert, who had a magnificent, historic game. And other than that, he's just been average the rest of the way. So, the Eagles need to get healthy. I think their offensive line has to do a good job protecting for Hurts. And we know, right? 4 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. I mean, he's got to make good decisions with the football. You cannot turn the ball over in the red zone or in crucial situations. If he continues to do that, like I said, we're going to have a real issue. You look at the Philadelphia Eagles offense. I mean, when it comes to points, they're in the lower 3rd. They are ahead of the Cleveland Browns by a little bit. And then you look at points per game, they're a little bit higher, but they're still down there, man. I mean, the Eagles have just been mediocre at best. I mean, the NFC is completely different from what people thought it would be so far. The Niners are 2-3. You look at a team like the Packers, who are in 3rd place right now. I mean, really, the NFC is not shaping out the way we thought. And honestly, the Commanders look pretty dangerous. So the Eagles need to step it up immediately. And we'll end it off by talking about Maxx Crosby, who last week during the bye, we didn't have anything to talk about. There were rumors sparking that with how bad the Raiders looked, he could, potentially look out. The Davante Adams ongoing situation where it looks like he's going to be traded. Maxx Crosby had tweeted this out saying, everything negative, pressure challenges is on opportunity for us to rise. But he put the eagle emoji. So as, chaotic and psychotic as us Philly fans are, people started to overanalyze saying, well, is this a message? He wants to come to the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles need a good edge rusher. Maxx Crosby is an absolute beast on the field. But unfortunately, we can put that pipe dream to bed because as he said after their game yesterday, quote, I got to hear from the clowns on the Pat McAfee show. Damn. He says, I'll take a bullet for them. Everyone in the locker room. You think I want to be anywhere else? I got this tatted on my body. So Maxx Crosby wants to stay with the Raiders. Now, whether the team wants to move on, if they start to tank and say, we're not good, we need to get some assets, sure, they might move them. But Maxx Crosby, I respect that too. Coming out, riding for his team. This is the type of energy I want to see actually on the Philadelphia Eagles. Not going out there asking about PlayStation and Fortnite. I want them to say, hey, I ride for my team. I'm going to go out there and protect them and play as hard as I can at all costs. So shout out to Maxx Crosby. Doesn't seem as of right now like he wants to be moved. But if the Eagles defense continues to struggle, they are going to have to make some type of move. So we'll see what happens. But the best move right now is getting AJ and DeVonta back. This offense has to explode on Sunday. We need a jolt of life. We need some caffeine. We need something to give this Eagles fan base some life right now. So we'll see what they do. And as always, appreciate everybody for tapping in. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. That being said, I'll catch you on the next one. Also, real quick, let's go ahead and give a shout out to our sponsor of today's video. It is the great BetMGM. Enjoy all your favorite sports like never before at BetMGM. Sign up using our code ATOZPA and get up to $1,000 back in bonus bets if you do not win your first bet. When you register with BetMGM, you'll get instant access to parlays, live bets, player props, and daily boosted odds specials. And with BetMGM at your fingertips, every play and every game matter more than ever. So sign up today with the bonus code ATOZPA and get up to $1,000 back in bonus bets if you do not win your first bet. Brought to you by BetMGM, the sportsbook born in Vegas. Download the app today. Please gamble responsibly.